So this pear is in, and hopefully it will take. This is so it's not marked on here, but this is either Castell or San Juan. I'm not quite sure, but I'm leaving the labels for the time being close to the trees, so that if there are any issues, then we might be able to find some solutions based on the variety. As you can see here, you can see clearly here the rootstock with the graft. So I've put it in fairly deep, so there's a lot of soil around the stem, the beginning of the trunk. It's a lot deeper than it was in the pot, but apparently that is fine as long as you don't cover the rootstock. So that's what I've done. For me, the deeper they go in, the better chance they've got of surviving the blistering heat in July and August. I mean, they like heat, but if the original root system is fairly deep in, it should find more damp down there over the summer months. I haven't got any irrigation system set up yet, so we're going to have to keep a close eye on these by hand. I'll put a water container somewhere here close so that we can water by hand, and that way they've got a better chance of surviving. So as I say, I will put in a supporting post just while this stem is still young and can't really fend for itself against any possible high winds, especially as it starts growing taller, and then I have to fence around it to keep the wildlife off with a bit of luck. So now, as I said, I'm going to do a zigzag pattern. So just where the fork and spade are, I'm going to plant this Fuji, and then the next one will go in a diagonal closer to the wall of the terrace, and then another one back again, and then another one there. So I've done this because I wasn't quite sure whether to plant close to the terrace wall, where in principle there could be more water. This is a little bit like a swale, so the water is backstopped here by the wall, and so I was in two minds whether to plant them in a row close to the wall or in a row close to the wall of the other terrace, but I think actually it's much of a muchness in the end. But I'm planting these for now. One close to the higher terrace wall, and one close to this terrace wall. But there are so many factors that can affect whether they take or how they grow, so I won't necessarily know whether it's because of that. But because I think water will filter down from that higher terrace anyway. As you can see, this was I haven't tackled that bramble bush yet, but I'm still going to go ahead and plant. I'll probably plant it a little bit further away from that. But this whole terrace was absolutely full of brambles. You can see the remains of one there, and there, and there, and they were covering most of this before I came to clear it and get it back into production in some way. So I'm also thinking of planting down through there. I cut some grass down through there the other day. The water, or the damp at least, continues, and so I'm going to continue. I'm going to try and plant some more, I think, fruit trees. It is lovely in there. We'll go in there one day so you can see it. I'll have to take a few pines out, but it's actually clear just on the other side of those pines. And what you can see there are a slightly different version of this. This is the carrasca, which is the holly oak, which is where truffles will grow on the roots of those, and that's the holly oak orchards that we've got. These are the same tree through there, but they're deciduous. So that's called Enthina, which is the same as this, apart from the fact that it's deciduous, like the oak. And there are 5 beautiful examples of the Enthinas in there. So around there, it's still damp. You can see there's still a lot of green on the ground. And I think it'll look really nice to plant some more fruit trees in there. I'm trying to follow, although I'm no expert, and I mean, I really don't know very much about it at all, permaculture principles, where you mix, not monoculture, but where you mix things in. So, you know, I don't know how well they're going to go with the pines, but the pines will provide some, I'm to the south of those pines, so they're going to provide some shade in the extreme heat of the summer. Although I'm going to take a few out to give them a bit more breathing space. But it's also the fact pine can make the soil acid. So I don't know, but I'm going to try this autumn. Hopefully I'll plant a couple of fruit trees in there and see how they go, because I think we might be able to make a nice little, tiny little orchard in there of fruit trees. It's a really nice little space. Fingers crossed for this one.